I'll start my talk with a short story. Yes, the beast in front of you, it's the one-horned Indian rhinoceros. So the doctor in the year 2004 was facing a unique challenge where this beast was suffering with some problem. This was an unfamiliar terrain for him, and not having the experience of handling such beast, and there was limited resources to handle such cases. Thus, with the help of his seasoned colleague and the doctor, launched a mission to alleviate the discomfort of Shiva, the name of this one-horned Indian rhinoceros. And we tried a lot of unconventional methods, giving saline through ear vein. That is the only accessible site for this animal. No other site is accessible. Even hundreds of liters of saline was given through ear vein. Ear vein was fixed with the vein cannula with the use of quick fix, because otherwise he might actually remove it during the treatment. And the treatment lasted for more than 28 days. So this was world's first feat that a rhino survives the constipation after 28 days of treatment. This was first in the world. Yes, it was a world's first feat for us. So this is the Veermata Jizabai Bhosle Botanical Udyan and Zoo in Baikla, also called as the Mumbai Zoo, and fondly named as Rani Chi Bagh. This is spread across 60 acres of land, established by the Britishers during 1862, and it is declared as a Heritage Grade 2B site and recognized as a medium zoo by the Central Zoo Authority, who is the governing body under the Ministry of Environment and Forest. This zoo has now transformed into a green heaven for its inhabitants, and I think it has become a praiseworthy and knowledge-worthy institute for the visitors. But earlier, if you just go back some 2 decades back, the zoo was not like that. The zoo was bounded by the menageries-like structures, barred structures, anywhere where animals were kept in small cages with no enrichment, little space to move. They were having a lot of stress. And now, this transformation has really changed completely. So if you look at the new exhibit sites, you will be also surprised to see the change. But I think this has changed after a long development, and we took the help of a foreign consultant who helped us to frame a long-term development plan that we call a master plan. We first then decided to introduce the Humboldt penguins, first time in India, in any of the Indian zoo. So that was the revival plan, and suggested and supported by the higher authorities, and with our determination and right execution plan, we initiated the construction of first exhibit for Humboldt penguins in any of the Indian zoo. So in the year 2016, when we brought 8 Humboldt penguins, which are the native of Chile. So they are basically not the Antarctica penguins. People sometimes call why actually these Antarctica penguins are being introduced. But they are basically the Humboldt penguins native of the South American coastal areas, where their temperature requirement is 12 to 15 degrees. It's not the freezing temperature, it's a chilling temperature. So we made an indoor exhibit for this creature, maintaining the temperature through help of automated chillers connected with air handling units, ensuring 100% fresh air inside the exhibit through HEPA filters which are generally used in OTs, operation theaters. Why this was such a actually important need for them? Because the environment of Mumbai is humid and having more higher temperature during the April or May season, I would say. They require the chilling temperature. So just to ensure their well-being, we created an artificial environment inside their indoor exhibit with the help of these infrastructure. And the first exhibit with the glass weaving front was also introduced to showcase the grandness of this exhibit. And I think, I don't know, you might have visited this facility. Once you enter, we have made that it's a wow factor when you enter the Humboldt Penguin area. And I would say this has created a success story for us. And now they have increased their number from 8 to 18 now. So this was, I think, the beginning for our modernization project. After that, we have constructed very beautiful, marvelous facilities for other animals also. Let me introduce with this facility, which is the first underwater facility for the Royal Bengal tiger in any Indian zoo. And you can see how this majestic animal is swimming in its big swimming pool, and directly you can have a close interaction with the animal and see the exhibit, which is made on a theme of Ranthambore National Park, which is one of the majestic national park of their natural habitat. And a lot of plantation patterns we mimicked with their natural habitat. This is one walk-through aviary we have introduced, where you himself take you inside the exhibit of the bird, and sky is open. Yes, there is a cover, but it is, I think, least visible for you. And we have created the environment for these birds, providing them nesting sites, resting sites, so they can breed and produce their progenies. While constructing these exhibits, the signage part, that is depicting the information about the particular species, also plays a very important role. So self-explanatory signages were installed in a beautiful pattern without, I think, much letters, only majorly on the pictorial end. So then was just looking at the signage, you can understand about the habitat, about this animal, their conservation status, what is the food habit, what other biological information about this species. Even most of the exhibits are equipped with night shelter or crawl area. Generally for the carnivores, we take them inside during night hours just to have a close observation, how much food they are taking, what any abnormal behavior they are showing. So these night shelters are provided to have exercise during night also. We take care of their hygiene, cleanliness, and even there is a food preparation area, so we call it kitchen complex, specially designed for cooking of and preparation of vegetables and non-veg. There is also a separate section, the non-veg section and the vegetarian section for them also, just to avoid contamination. While doing all these, we also emphasized on the healthcare infrastructure also. How we are going to handle these species if it's having some problem. So a totally modern zoo hospital was built inside with great facilities of OTs, OPD facilities, X-rays, USGs, brooding areas, the nesting areas, everything, whatever the zoo inmates need during either the treatment or taking care of their babies when newborns are there. So the prime duty of most of the zoos in India is to help into the national effort of conservation of various wildlife species. And one of that important concept is to have awareness through various education activities. So while doing this modernization project, we upgraded our education-related various infrastructural facilities. We built a beautiful 3D theater inside the zoo, a beautiful conference accommodating more than 200 people in one time, and we started conducting various educational awareness activities. These are some of the glimpses. When animals are kept in captivity, sometimes they also freeboard them. So to inculcate their natural behavior, we conduct on regular basis enrichment programs for them. Yeah, it's a unique term, enrichment program. Yes, just to have showing their better biological behaviors, we do sensory enrichments, furniture enrichments, food enrichments. For example, the sloth bear generally prefer to have a digging and then taking out their food. So we generally hide their food inside and allow them to just go and explore their area. So the animal remains active, shows their natural behavior. When the public is watching, they understand how this animal really behaves in their natural habitat. This understanding really helps to create awareness about a particular species. So this is the leopard exhibit. We generally conduct and tie the non-veg food on some of a tree. So he will try to climb and grab it. So that gives a regular exercise to the animal. And this we continuously do. The number of visitors with all these facilities increased. I think now, initially, it was maybe the 1,000, 2,000 were visitors coming on one day. Now this number has increased to 8,000 to 9,000 visitors on average per day. And on weekends, this number reaches up to 35,000 to 40,000 on one Sunday. And I'm really happy to share you, when the penguins were introduced in 2007, we created history of having 50,000 visitors in 2017 in one day. So now the modern zoos are working as a modern day arts. They are conserving and protecting various species, various diversity of nature and various species on our planet. So this is a call to carry the flame and inspiration forward. Visit the zoos and promote the zoos, because this is the one place, I think, maybe in future, the way our natural habitats are degrading, they would be the only place as a shelter or the hope for the various wildlife species. And that's why whenever I go to different places and just request people, and even sometimes also people question about the credibility of zoos, but I think the way our greed to conquer the world has degraded their natural habitat, and now most of these species in the wild are now threatened. So the only hope left is various conservation facilities left all over the world. Maybe for the future generations, they may find some other solutions, like some global coordination or some other free-ranging areas where animals in need may be kept. But I think until and unless we come out with some good solutions, these zoos are the last hope for survival of various threatened species in the zoo. Thank you so much.